What pentatonic scale would you play on D minor? D minor, of course. You're correct. Now tell me, what other pentatonic scale would you play on D minor? Hey friends, I'm the Saxophone Oracle. This week we're going to talk again a little bit about minor 7 chords, but this time we're going to look at the different pentatonic options we have to play over them. Typically, when we come across a minor 7 chord, let's take D minor 7 as the example, and we decide we're going to play a pentatonic scale on it, we would usually take D minor pentatonic. So D, F, G, A, C. All of them are great notes. They all work. You can't play a wrong note in the key of D minor. And it makes for interesting options and interesting sounds because a pentatonic scale, there's only 5 notes. We have different intervallic relationships, so it's not like a regular scale moving in stepwise motion. Pentatonic is a great option. But when it comes to pentatonics, there are tons and tons of options available to us. So today, what I'd like to do is present you with 3 other pentatonic scale options that we could play over said chord. So 3 other pentatonic scales we could play over D minor 7 rather than D pentatonic. Pentatonic scales are a really interesting option for many reasons. So we already talked about one. The pentatonic scale has a different intervallic relationship. It doesn't move by stepwise motion. And there's only 5 notes. So you're going to get interesting sort of melodies just based on that. But if we look at a key center, for example, like D minor, sure, D minor pentatonic works, but there's all kinds of other pentatonic scales that use the notes from that key center that aren't exactly those same notes. So we might have a pentatonic scale that doesn't have F in it, for example, which is the minor 3rd. So if we're playing that scale, it's going to work, but it's going to bring a different color than our typical pentatonic scale. We have the typical pentatonic we would use, and then today I said I was going to show you 3 other options we have. So these are 3 common options that we can choose. I'm going to demonstrate them for you. I've downloaded this funky backing track in concert C minor, so D minor and tenor saxophone, and I'm going to demonstrate each scale, how it sounds individually over the D minor chord. And then I'm going to bring all 4 scales together and give you a demonstration of the kind of effect you can get, what it sounds like if you interchange between using all of these 4 different scales, and see what you think. The first option I'm going to show you is based off of the 5th scale degree. So here we're in D minor for tenor saxophone, so it's based off of the A. So we'll play the A minor pentatonic scale over the D minor chord. So the notes A, C, D, E, G. These are all consonant notes in the key of D minor, but you would notice we've omitted the F, which is the 3rd of D minor. So we're going to get a different sort of sound focusing on different parts of the minor key, minor tonality, and we're going to hear what kind of result that brings. So first I'm going to demonstrate the scale itself over this vamp, and then I'm going to improvise a bit so you can hear how it sounds playing around with that scale in context. The second option is based off of scale degree 2. So again, if we're in D minor, the second scale degree is E. So the E minor pentatonic scale, E, G, A, B, D. Again, all consonant notes. It's the 5-note scale, but again, we're omitting the 3rd of the chord, and in this case, we're omitting also the 7th of the chord. So we're going to get a different color to play with. Again, I'm going to play just the E minor pentatonic scale over the D minor chord, and then I'm going to improvise with it a little bit. The third option, this one you may have heard of being referred to as the Coltrane Pentatonic. Now we got to remember a pentatonic scale, yes, it's, in the minor it's 1, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 7, but a pentatonic scale can be any combination of 5 notes. Penta. So one sound that John Coltrane intended to play, it was based off of the D minor pentatonic, but we would go D, F, G, A, and then instead of playing the C, he would play B natural, the 6th. So 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it gives a really interesting sound. So here's the Coltrane Pentatonic scale in D minor. Again, up and down the scale, and then improvising with those 5 notes. Now for the final demonstration. So I'm going to take all 4 of those scales, D minor, A minor, E minor pentatonic, and then the Coltrane Pentatonic scale based off of D minor. And I'm going to go between all of them so we can see the kind of effect we have if we interchange these scales. It's really quite interesting. It brings a lot of different colors to your improvisation other than using one simple pentatonic scale. I'm the Saxophone Oracle, and this week we were talking about pentatonic scales and looking at a few different options we could use over a minor 7 chord than with the usual go-to pentatonic. I hope you found the information useful. I hope you found it helpful. Let me know how it goes if you try it. Shoot me a comment, shoot me an email. I'd love to hear from you. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. It really means a lot if you would subscribe. It helps this channel grow. Thank you as always for continuing to watch. I wish you a great week. Happy practicing. See you next Tuesday.